Hey guys, Ningen here bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and today we're going to talk about the new beginner pack in the Pilaf Trove. It went live yesterday once the maintenance was over. Didn't get a chance to have a good look at it straight away, so we're just going to talk about whether or not it's worth the price that you pay. My opinion is that it is, and obviously I'm going to give you guys my reasons, and we can of course discuss it in the comment section down below. So the pack is $10 and you get a ticket to pick an SSR from this list here, which we'll go through in more detail. You also get 15 Dragon Stones and a bunch of medals. I think you get some training swords as well, so that's pretty good. 15 stones, so if you look in the shop at full price, 12 stones is basically $7, so you're getting, for the $3 on top of that, you're getting a guaranteed SSR of your choice and some medals. So I think overall it works out to be worth it. So we're going to talk about some of the units here and go over my recommendations on who you should pick. So first of all, we're going to cover the ones that I don't think you should go for at all. So you got Janemba. Obviously he is useful on an extreme int team, but he's definitely not the best one here. He also is going to be on the LR Gogeta banner that's about to drop, so definitely not worth going for. The physical Kid Buu, he's not the best. He's got a really good passive, but the restriction makes it really hard to maintain. And of course, on a category team like the Resurrected Warriors, you're probably going to be running the Int Kid Buu if you have him. He's not the worst choice if you don't have him at all, but I don't think you should consider him. Buhan, it's a little bit sad to say, but he is kind of reached that point where he's a bit outdated now. His healing passive is not what it used to be, considering how much health your teams have now. With all the newer options on Extreme Int, you don't necessarily need him as a link partner for Kid Buu because you want to prioritize key links. Obviously, if he's the only 70% leader you don't have and you want him for your collection, then he's not the worst unit on the list by far, but I don't think he is that relevant now. So we'll go on to the ones who are the better choices. Super Vegito is still one of the better units in the game. He's just incredibly good. He tanks insanely well normal attacks, those counters, dishes out tons of damage. Obviously the physical one is better when you get dupes, but because this guy's been around for quite a while, if you needed one more copy to rainbow him, rainbow is definitely better than the physical one, even with one dupe, I think. Plus I'm not a huge fan of the way the physical one has to build up his attack, whereas obviously this guy doesn't have to do that. So he's very, very good. He is going to be on the LR Vegito banner though, so if you are considering getting this guy, I would say do not use your ticket until you've done all your summons on those banners, because you don't want to use a ticket, even if you don't have him. If you use a ticket to get him and then you do your summons on the Vegito banner and you pull 5 copies of him, I mean, it could happen. So the other one who is in a very similar position is the STR Gogeta. Obviously he's great on a super STR team and fusion category team if you don't have the int one. Obviously with the purple stone coming up, that's another way to get the int one, so maybe this guy is not going to be that high on your list of priorities. But of course, just like the Vegito, he is going to be on a banner as well, and of course it is the LR Gogeta banner. So again, if you were considering getting this guy, make sure you do your summons first, just in case. Then you've got Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks. He's still pretty relevant today if you don't have the physical one. Obviously he's still good on Super Tech because that team is very over in a flash centric. And of course the fusion category, Hybrid Saiyans, all the categories that he's on, if you don't have the physical one, he is still a very solid unit. So he's definitely worth getting as well. Then we go on to the Extreme Z Awakening unit. So obviously on Global, Perfect Cell doesn't have his Extreme Z Awakening, but once he does get it, a lot of people consider him the best Extreme Z Awakened unit so far. He becomes insanely good. So he is, I think, maybe who I will go for, but we'll have to see, because obviously we're also getting, as part of the 3-year, a red stone, and a lot of the units on here you can get with that as well. These first 3 you can't, so maybe that would be another consideration of why you would get them, because you can get these next guys with the redstone. But Cell is very good, I might go for him. Obviously the Super Saiyan 3 Goku, he does have his Extreme Z Awaken. If you didn't do it when it was around the first time, as long as we follow the same schedule as JP, it comes back just after the 3 year. So if you haven't got him, you could pick him up and Extreme Z Awaken him. He is the best Super Saiyan 3 Goku in the game if you don't have the LR. And of course the LR isn't on the Martian Buu Saga team, so this guy can fill that role as well. But obviously if you do have the LR, then the Super Saiyan 3 team, and then when we get these later categories, the LR is the better option. So if you have him already, he's not the worst unit to put dupes into because the Extreme Z Awakenings are so good, but I probably wouldn't get a copy of him. I think I've got 1 dupe in mine, and but I've managed to pull the LR, so I probably wouldn't consider him. Full Power Frieza, he will be the Extreme Z Awakening that we get after the 3 year, because the next Easy A is for the free-to-play Strength Gohan that we get during the 3 year, and then the next new one after that will be for him. His Extreme Z Awakening isn't as impressive as some of the other ones, but he is an incredibly good unit, especially with dupes. I've had him Rainbow for quite a while, and he is an awesome unit. Really fun running him on the Extreme Fizz with the Cooler as the rotation partner. So his Extreme Z Awakening basically just allows him to tank a bit better, and that's pretty much it actually. It's mostly defensive based, so Cooler is a really good tank anyway, but it means you can put these guys in the first 2 slots to maximise your defensive capabilities. The only other ones I didn't bring up is there's the family Kamehameha units, but again they are not only with the redstone. When their Extreme Z Awakening comes around, if we follow what JP did, they gave out 3 scrolls, and each one could be traded for copies of the family Kamehameha units. You didn't have to get 1 of each either, you could get multiple copies of the same one if you wanted to. So obviously if we get those as well, even if you have pulled these units, or if you've never pulled them, you're going to be able to get at least 1 copy of each of them. So I think it would be a bit of a waste to use the ticket or the redstone on them. If you don't have them, and obviously you want to get them and then later get dupes for them, maybe you could go for them, but I would absolutely recommend one of the 3 Extreme Z Awakening units, unless you really want one of these 2 guys because you've never pulled them. But as I said, wait until you've done your summons on the Gogeta and Vegito banners, just so you don't pull multiple copies of them. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Like I say, I think it's definitely worth the value. When you think about the ratio of stones to how often you manage to summon SSRs, that extra $3 on top of what you'd pay for those stones to guarantee you one of these SSRs, I think is definitely worth it. But let me know what you think. I mean, I'm getting it, I just need to decide who I'm going to get with the ticket. So yeah, let me know. I can't wait to hear what you guys think about it. So that is going to be it for this video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. If you liked what you saw, please leave a like and subscribe for more regular Dokkan Battle content. You can follow me on Twitter or Instagram at the Masked Ningen, or join the Discord, the link is in the description. And I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.